Hello. Welcome to another FoxyNoTail live stream. It's me, of course, FoxyNoTail, here, live, to you. And so far, well, there's not very many people here because I've just gone live. So I have to just wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Let people get here. Lawful. Always nice to see you first in chat. Declan, welcome. Lawful, would you do me a favour? And would you run the sign command? Because I think, fingers crossed, they got it working for YouTube. Flying Red Rabbit's here. So's the real official Kaz. Good morning. Ah, it worked! It worked! Whether or not it works when we get a winner or a loser, we will see. But, you know, that's good. Amia is trying it. Amia, it worked! A wonderful, wonderful time to be alive with the stream chat sign thing working in YouTube. Oh, we're going to have so much chat spam. It's unbelievable. Welcome. Nick, trying to get a sign. Wow, look at that. And it's highlighted as well because it's YouTube, which is kind of handy so I can actually see. Probably does mean anyone actually chatting is probably going to get lost in translation somewhere. But it's all good because we can get signs. Declan wants a sign. Right, peeps. In the very last live stream that we did on Truly Bedrock, not the one yesterday where I was playing my Java Hardcore with Mitz, which was amazing. Probably one of the best streams I think I've had in ages. It was just so much fun. It was ridiculous. It went on for ages. Didn't even realise how long it was going on for because it was just so much fun. But yeah, in the last Truly Bedrock live stream, which of course was on Monday, we built this ridiculous storage system. Now I have done a bit of AFK over here to try and get this system flowing through. It's still nowhere near, but these are all full of stone. This is my stone pile so far, and we have more stone coming into the system. I believe at the moment it's filtering cobblestone because that's what's next in line. So we got quite a lot of cobblestone now. Jeez, we've got more than I thought. Crikey, we got a lot of cobblestone. Yeah, so cobblestone's currently filtering into the system. Now, I've done a bit more digging off camera. As a result, I've been piling a bit of things into here as well. And that's, of course, what we're going to be doing today. But before we do that, I want to hop up there and I want to see if any of these chests at the top are getting empty. I don't know if they will be, but it'll be nice to try and figure it out. And also, while I'm here, I need to press a button. I need to try and pop out chat so I can get chat in the right place. There we go, that's better. Oh, I want it on live chat, not top chat. Nobody wants top chat. Good morning, non-Vulpus Cowden, says Waylander. Thank you. Aeon must die, says hey, hi Jeff Bezos. I'm not Jeff Bezos. All these ones are nearly empty. It's flowing in. That's good news. Good. We can rescue more chests and hoppers. This is excellent news. What about that one? That one's empty. That's great. What about that? This one? No, that one's not empty. Okay. I do appear to have... There we go. I was going to say Mr. Chest. Now, obviously, the further you go back, the less likely they are to be empty because it's filtering out from the front because of how hoppers work. But we are getting this slowly but surely. So if that iron and stuff was filtering down, that must mean it was taken out of those chests. And look at it go! It's incredible. It's all just stone and cobble for miles. Jeez. So we should probably get some empty shulker boxes and replace a few of these cobblestone ones, just in case it does overflow. I don't think it will, but you never know. So let's chuck. Oh, I've run out. Is that all I got left? That all I got left? Oh, jeez. You got any packs for Java? Says I must die. What sort of packs are you after? I used to do data packs for Java Edition, but I haven't done that in a very, very long time. Many years, in fact. So chances of me having packs for Java are very slim. But at one point or other, I made my own mob heads pack for Java. I made my own sign, you know, like the sign thing that you could do. I made one of those. Not signs, arm stands. I made all of those. I know they were already existed, but I'd like to make my own, so I did. Screen's all a bit wonky. There we go. Better. Squirrelicious, otherwise known as Squirreleye Zerous. Oh, you're not Squirreleye Zerous on YouTube, Squirrelicious. You're a different person. Right, with all that out of the way, it's time to do what foxes do best and get digging. Yes, I've got fortune pickaxe there. That's good news. Let's do this. Let's dig like I've not got any torches. I'm very, very short on torches, but there are torches around and we'll get them as we dig out, so it shouldn't be too bad. I've got loads of coal now, literally ridiculous numbers of coal, but I have very little wood. I'm almost completely out of wood, so I think we're going to have to do a wood live stream soon. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Maybe Scoo one Relicious here. Maybe. If you get a sign, Squirrelicious, and you win, Stream Lady might even say your name. I don't know if they'll do that on here. It might happen. Oh, I don't know. Hang on a minute. I haven't got I need another app open. That would help. Here we go. That might help. We'll see. We will see. So how's everybody been? What have you all been up to? Did you check out the hardcore stream we did yesterday? If you didn't, and you don't think you're interested in that because you only like Bedrock Edition, it's really good fun. It's really funny. Oh, we had a great time. It was absolutely brilliant, that live stream last night. I didn't want it to end, but it was getting very late. 3% chance, Squirrelicious. Not very good, is it? I think you should try a bit harder. Ooh, we can play a sign game here, fab. Yeah, I don't know if it actually works when you win one. I have added all the things in I think I needed to add, but I haven't added. Problem with YouTube streaming is you can't test the stream. On Twitch, you can actually you can go to your Twitch live page and basically run commands in the chat even when you're not live, which is great. On YouTube, if you even think about live streaming, if you even think about testing it, YouTube tells everybody in the world that you've gone live, even though you're not. So everything's live testing on YouTube, which is not ideal. Waylander has an 80% chance of getting a sign. Yeah, but even if it doesn't do the fancy stuff it should, obviously I'll see the 100% ones, hopefully. If not, you'll remind me. And yeah, we'll get the signs that way. Declan says, missed your hardcore stream yesterday. We'll be watching the catch-up when it's on your second channel. Okay, fair enough. I will aim to get that on my second channel probably for Sunday. I think that'll be a good day for it to come out. Today is podcast recording day, so I'll be doing the podcast later. And generally speaking, while I'm editing the podcast on Friday mornings is when I sort out my Twitch VODs and get all the thumbnails and descriptions done and uploaded to YouTube. So I generally tend to put those on for Sunday. The video I'm currently recording for Truly Bedrock at the moment, I've just been editing that. That should hopefully be out for Saturday as usual. Nick says my vacation in Hawaii is ending tomorrow. Back to normal life. Oh well, hello from Hawaii. Amazing. Suggest mod, please, says NSK. Can you elaborate? I don't really know what that means. If you could give me more information, I might be able to help you with that one a little bit. I'll do my best. I can't guarantee I'll be much help, but I'll try. Oh, mini coal. Look at all of this coal. Coal man now. Literally full of coal. Lost in Wales, there's a 40% chance of getting a sign. You could do better than that, Lost in Wales. Hi bro, says Maya. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Chainer has a 32% chance of getting the sign. Again, not very good. You guys need to try harder because you're clearly not very good at this game. Block lag. Ooh. Lost in Wales says I got one yesterday, so I need another today. Oh, are you? Have you got a different username on Twitch? Who are you on Twitch? So that I recognise you. What's the cooldown on the sign thing, says Lost in Wales? Well, basically, if you try and spam it too often... Oh, what is the cooldown? That's a good question. I don't think it's much. Let me have a look for you. It is 10 seconds per user. I'm sad because I don't have my friends, says Reduta. Who are your friends and why don't you have them? Apparently NSK16 didn't want to elaborate on what they meant. They didn't want to tell me. They just came in, said that, and then went away again. Fair enough. Building M9D, says NSK. I still no idea what you're talking about. Hey Foxy, what in your opinion are the must-have farms for a survival world? The wife and I just made a new one of redstone itch that needs to be scratched. Well, it totally depends on what you need, really. I mean, if you're just building farms for the sake of building farms, then... I mean, the good old ones are the ones that we don't really need all that much, like melon and pumpkin farms, micro farms, bone meal farms. Spawner farms are always good, useful for getting bones and rotten flesh and XP and stuff like that. Spider farms are good for string. I'd always love to build a guardian farm for XP and, you know, prismarine stuff. A chicken cooker. If you were playing on with just your wife and you, and you're not worried about lag or anything, yeah, there's all sorts. I normally choose the things I need to build based on what I require at the time. So, yeah, that's the way I do it. I think, what do I need, and what do I need in order to get the things I need? And normally you end up down a little rabbit hole. Well, I need this farm to produce these things so I can do that, and I need this farm to produce these things so I can do that. And then, you know, there you go. Eventually, you've got everything you need. And you have spent many redstones on many farms. Mitz is here. Good morning, Mitz. Nice to see you. We got sign game working, Mitz. It's totally untested. I've no idea if the animations or anything work, but I can't see... Of course they wouldn't. They're not going to work. Hang on. I need to make them work. I need to add a scene to this. Hang on. It suddenly occurred to me why it wouldn't work. There we go. Now it should... Oh, dear. There we go. It should work now, potentially. I just need to copy that, and I need to go to that. I need to paste it in there. There we go. Nothing can possibly go wrong now. Patrick says, I made a 4-spot Guardian farm not long after starting. Can't agree more about the XP. Yeah, even with 4 spots, you still get a ridiculous amount of XP. Yeah, Guardian farms are great. I come to Indonesian, bro, says Radita. Good for you. Chris says, just wanted to stop and say hi and that I love your videos. We'll be watching the VOD later. Oh, thank you. Thank you for popping in to say hello. Much appreciated. Ooh, I found another hole. There's many holes I found while digging. Someone's got to be nearly 100%. There was a 92% Waylander. Roth has got a 37% chance. Hello, Roth, by the way. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the YouTube stream. Yes, read VNTM, bro. Yes. Morning, boss, says Roth. Good morning. Declan, 93% chance. It's pretty good. Critical mass only got 9%. No, that's bad news. Fancy house building mods. What I think you're doing is requesting me to make a mod for helping build fancy houses. Is that correct? If that's the case, I really don't know what I could do to help you with that. I think the best thing you could do is just, you know, watch some YouTube videos of good builders and try pick up some tips. An add-on, whilst being great, isn't going to make you a good builder. You're still going to have, you know, the practice, the skills, the creativity behind it. Otherwise, basically...
Rotated our face is a loser.
Oh, it worked! Rotated our face is a loser! Oh, rotated our face. How does it feel? Did the sign pop up on screen? It did! It worked! I can't believe it! Rotated our face is a loser. Confirmed. Chris D. He says, good morning, Foxy. Good morning. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Ooh, lunchtime stream. I hope you're having a good day, says Enfan. It might be lunchtime for you. You lucky people, whoever is lunchtime for. It's not lunchtime for me. Sad fox noises. A little bit. Why have we got the most boring music in the world on? What's going on here? I want some upbeat tunes, mate. Not everybody's sad. Let's be sad. No. Right. We need a new losers wall. Where are we going to put the losers wall? I don't think we've done that yet on here. Oh, there was a sign in there. I can take it. Did you hear the noises it made when it did the losers thing, by the way? Did they play through okay? They should have done. I can't see why they wouldn't, but I just need to make sure it did. When I say lunch, I mean as in at work on lunch. Oh, man. Work? Oh. Ow. Yeah, very loud, says Screwlicious. Good. The loser thing worked perfectly. Excellent. That's good. So you 100%, you know, understand how much of a loser you are then, Roth. Right. Good.
Amelia has 100% chance of getting a sign.
Amia, you got 2 signs in yesterday's Twitch stream, and now you've got another one here. Amia, otherwise known as sign stealer. Jeez. It's quite impressive, Amia, I have to say. Don't know how you do it. You clearly cheating the system somewhere. Amia knows the secret code to get signs. Speaking of signs, I could do with some more signs. Wood, ideally. Have I got any in my wood boxes? No. And I have a distinct lack of wood. I've got some sticks. I'm halfway there to building signs. Poor Mitz, get some coffee, says Lawful. What's up with Mitz? I'm already struggling to stay awake. Need lively music, lol. Mitz, why are you so sleepy? What time did you go to bed? And is it your own fault? Should you have thought about that? I have a bit of wood here. Gonna make some signs. 30 signs. 15. That's fine. 15 signs will do. Right, we did say we were going to turn the sea cave into the loser's wall, didn't we? But for now, we'll just do it here. There we go. Rotated down faces on the wall of many losers. Oh, extra sugar boxes. I'm going to need those. I kind of don't want to break the little chap, but needs must. You 3 can stay floated. And that's expanded our... In fact, you can't, because I need you so we can expand our losers wall. There we go. All right, where am I going to put you 3? You 3 can go there and there and there. There we go. I go to bed precisely on time. Not my fault. My brain doesn't shut up, says Mitz. Rudita says, bro, I can speak Indonesian, bro. I bet you can, bro. I 100% believe you that you can speak Indonesian, bro. Right, Amir, you can go on this tree here. Amir, I think it was like that, wasn't it? It is, yes. I got it correct. Yes, should have been a spruce sign, really, but that'll do. Okay, back to digging. English only priest says lawful. Yeah, we are doing an English speaking stream, so if you could keep your English speaking to the comments. It might sound a little bit, you know, uninclusive, but I can't read what you're writing if you write it in a different language, and you could be saying anything. It could be nasty, it could be rude, I don't know. So I have to keep it to a language that I understand. You've got two to choose from, total gibberish or English. In that order. Alright, more things for this lovely box. We'll put these, we'll replace the cobble boxes with these ones. Oh dear. Mitz has deleted messages. Why did you delete that one, Mitz? They were saying they can speak Indonesian. I think they were just explaining that they could. I think they were being bad. Mitz is tired today. Not going to let anyone get through. If you can speak a foreign language, even if you're not, you may get timed out or banned. Just saying. Just be careful. Mitz hasn't had enough coffee yet today. The language you understand, so sarcasm is good then, right? It says, yeah, exactly. I'm very good at sarcasm understanding. It's one of the things FoxyNoTails do best. Go mini. Says I can speak English, bro. Don't say it, Rob. You'll get banned. Miss not had enough coffee today. Oh, spamming. Okay, fair enough. Oh, did they say it over and over again? Oh, yes. So they did. In that case, I'll let you off. You okay? Says Elliot. I'm okay. How are you doing? What's happening? That's a lot of shortcuts. Please don't ban me, mate. Says a winch. No ban, bruh. No ban. I'm being good. Hey, Foxy, haven't seen any offline player in your death counter menu. Could you talk about that a little? You still achieve this by behavior pack editing player entity just zone or just command blocks? Neither. So, what I used to do when a player died is give a player the actual player that score. But with scoreboards, you can actually give a score to a word without it actually being an entity that's in the game. You cannot read. Well, you can read that entity's score, but you can't do an execute command or anything like that to read the scores. You can't use it in the targeting system, but you can read a word score. So what I do is if a player dies, I put the player's name and then a space after it. So it's basically the player with just a bit of white space after it. And I show those in the column there. So then you don't just get a whole list of player offline and you can see everybody's scores. It does mean that I'm down here, but my death score is up there. So it's a little bit confusing in that way, but I think it's better than just seeing the whole wall of player offline. And it says, I'm okay, just getting onto my Minecraft Disney realm. Oh, that sounds fancy. Do you play as a particular Disney character on your Disney realm, or is it just Disney themed? 62 watching, but only 26 likes, says Rob. You know what to do,
please. 100% chance of getting a sign.
Miss, you did it at long last. Oh my goodness, we've been waiting for this forever. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It actually feels like Christmas. Mitz, you're going to get a sign on Truly Bedrock, finally. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. It's a momentous day for Squirrelicious. It is. Now, much to Squirrelicious's, you know, they won't be happy with this, but is there any requirements of your sign, Mitz? Would you like it a particular colour? Would you like a particular type of wood? Would you like it in any particular place? I actually can't believe it, lol, says Mitz. Now break her sign because she broke my sign yesterday, says Cantilever. Oh, you're Wire Guy, but with different words, okay. Put Mitz sign in the ceiling, says Mr. Balrog. I will put it wherever Mitz wants it. Do you want it on the bee? Do you want it on the bee sanctuary, Mitz? Do you want it in my base? Do you want it on the bakery? Do you want it in Jessie B's base? Do you want it on a tree? Anywhere you want it, Mitz. However you want it. Whatever kind of wood you want. I'll go and get different wood if I haven't got it just for you, Mitz. Yeah, my bad. Wire guy here says, wire guy. Over your door, says Mitz. My door? I don't have a door. You mean my little fancy bit over here? You want it just here, do you? No problem. This is now the base of Mitz T Cats, otherwise known as Misty Cats. Wow. Okay, and I think this, for a special occasion, this needs to be even more epic than it is. Let's see if I can get if I got any glow squids. I do. We can make it extra laggy, and apparently don't have any form of dye, but we can make it laggy. Look at it! It's amazing. I'm over the moon. Mitz to appear in season 5 confirms, says Mr. Balrog. Now everybody wants a sign. Right, okay. I just need to press a button to make sure the sign game only gives numbers 91 to 99%. Blue would be good, says. Okay, Mitz wants a blue sign. I know where I can find blue flowers. Just don't tell Jessie B, but I'm pretty sure she had some blue flowers. She does. Oh, I just slipped and the one fell into my hand. There's one there that's actually in my base, but I stole one of Jessie's. It's fine. A blue sign for Mitz. Purple will be perfect, says NSK. You're not Mitz. There you go, Mitz. It's very difficult to see now it's blue, but there you go. Can I ache you a question, says Elliot. You can ache me a question. No problem. My lower sign animation didn't play, says Amir. Why did you get a 0%, Amir? Oh dear. Okay, yeah. So that didn't work then. So Amir, you need to go onto the loser's wall as well. I'll try and figure out why that didn't work in a second. Someone else... Oh no, it worked when Roth did it though, didn't it? That's weird. Ow. Excuse me. Where did I put all that wood? Oh, I've left it over at the place, haven't I? I haven't got any wood again! Oh, man. I know where I've got wood. Hang on, me thing's not... How many days before you're spending this world, says Tanzil. Well, that's totally unknown at this particular moment in time. Aha, science. We have been discussing, I think I'm okay to say this as the Truly Bedrock members, what we're doing in terms of new seasons and old seasons and all of that sort of stuff, but no decisions at this point have been made. So I don't know. Who was it? It was Amir again. I'm Amir. There we go. Amir is a loser. Would you know how to make it so you can make an automatic fireworks show by an add-on? I don't think you might kind of sort of be able to do something like that with an add-on, but not really. You could, but it wouldn't be easy. I'm an extra special loser, says Ruff. You are, Ruff. Will it be possible to increase the speed that mobs spawn in the future, Foxy? I think you can do that already now if you mess about with the spawn rules. You can increase the density caps and you can increase the spawn rates, I believe, potentially with that. I think I might be wrong about that. I might be totally wrong. I'm pretty sure you can increase the density cap per mob, not necessarily the entire global cap. Not existing. There's a member for 4 months. Will the add-on combiners get fixed soon for mob griefing, death counter OPS? The death counter and OPS ones are now, although apparently broken if you don't have player heads, they're on my fxnt.net site, which do need fixing, although they're not quite as broken as the other ones. The mob griefing one should be working, but it's not, and I just haven't had time to look into it because I've been very busy getting back on track doing videos and streams and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I will do it, but I don't know when. Being new here, I'm wondering what being a loser means. Basically, we have a sign game. And it used to be, back in the good old days, because I'm a nice fox that's nice to people, that if you got 100%, I would put a sign up in the world. But people were getting 0%, and basically, one way or another, between myself and chat, it was decided that the 0% people should also get a sign, but they should go on a loser's wall for only getting 0%. And then, obviously, that made the fun joke that we get to call them a loser when they get a 0% sign. So it's a funny way of being mean to people, but in the most pleasant of ways. I don't actually think anybody is a loser. I think they're all absolutely wonderful, and everybody watching this stream is absolutely fantastic just for being here. But it's just a little bit of fun that we have in order to be mean in a fun way, because it's funny. But if you don't like being a loser, there's two things you can do. One is don't ever get 0%, and the other is don't play the sign game. I'm a loser and proud of my signs, says Rotated Face. Do you have any projects in this world, says Tanzeel? I have lots. This is one of them that we're working on at the moment. If you would like to see all of the projects I've worked on in this world, you can, because I just happen to have done several videos and several live streams on this world, and they are both available in playlists, and hopefully you should be able to, I think are they linked in the description? I can't remember. They should be. Elliot, you said you wanted to ask a question. Would you? Oh, you did ask a question. I've answered it. That's good. Any mega project coming recently, says NSK. Yes, this one I'm doing right now is a mega project. And it has to start somewhere, and unfortunately that means starting with many hours worth of digging. But once the digging is done, the work can begin. Well, Walfred, there's a 40% chance of getting a sign. You have to do, you've not quite got the sign command there right, NSK. You have to do the sign with an exclamation mark in front of it. Can you give me your world downloads, says Leon? It will be available at the end of the season, but we don't do, unless it's a special occasion or there's something in particular that we feel there's a good reason for us to do a world download. We don't generally do mid-season world downloads. You're going to fix the entrances to your mega project? Well, of course, yes. It wouldn't be very good not having good entrances. But first thing is to just make sure the whole area is fully dug out, and then I worry about entrances and exits and decorating it and all that sort of stuff. Elliot, whose message was deleted, said, would you join my Walt Disney World to have a look at it and tell me what your opinions are? Unfortunately, Elliot, I wouldn't have the time to do that, believe it or not. I am a very busy person, and believe it or not, I don't get as many requests as I used to. When I first started my YouTube channel, a long time ago, 10 years ago, I was constantly requested by people, like more than 2 or 3 times a day, asking, can I join their world, or can they join my world, or can I play with them? And the problem is, I'm only one person, and I only have a finite amount of time, and I like to spend that being productive and creative and creating content for everybody. If I went and visited every single person who requested me to world to check their stuff out, you know, then I wouldn't have any time to do anything else. So the answer is no, basically. Bit harsh deleting that. Gut reaction, says Roth. Yeah, a little bit. Little bit, Roth. Jeez. Roth also was late up this morning and is very tired, just like Mitz. Hey, Foxy, hope you're having a good day. Says Scott Nothing. I am. Are you? Having a very good day so far. My question is, why are you almost like looking almost like a Technoblade? How am I almost looking like a Technoblade? I don't look anything like Technoblade. Not physically. I don't have a pig skin. I don't wear a crown. I think Leon just trying to create some drama in the chat there. Totally unnecessarily. I mean, in the fact that if you're talking about real me rather than, you know, FoxyNoTail, then yes, I'm a human. I have similar attributes like eyes, a nose, mouth, ears. And I guess you could, you know, point at me and go, you're trying to copy. You're trying to copy Technoblade with your human features. And, you know, unfortunately, I don't have much choice over that. That's how I was born. Just Googled it. Real life you Technoblade do look a bit similar, says Nicholas Thompson. Oh, really? Well, there you go. I wouldn't know. I had never seen any of Technoblade's videos or streams or anything, so I've got absolutely no clue what they look like. But if they look like me, that's a good thing, because they were a lot younger than me, and that means I must look very young. That's how it works, isn't it? Please don't be rude or demanding, says Mitz. I'm sorry, Mitz, I won't do it again. I will say I would like instead of I want. Who was being rude or... Turn on RTX now. I don't have RTX enabled on this profile. I don't use it anymore. It's totally junk. It doesn't work. It's broken. It's laggy. It looks awful. They need to fix it. So I just disabled it. So sorry, no RTX. But yeah, you should potentially, you know, be a bit more polite with your requests, because even if I did and I got a question like that, do it now, I would be absolutely not doing it. Yeah, RTX is broken now, sadly for Bedrock, says Gabrielle. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful, and I can't risk, you know, having crashed clients and all that sort of stuff while I'm live streaming, because it means that I have to restart everything. It'd be a pest. So no RTXs. Which RTX packs do you use? Is non-existing. Well, the foundation of the RTX pack that I do use is what was vanilla RTX 2.0, and then after like 1.16, I started updating it myself, so it was just whatever I'd added to it, basically. Prowl is going to new series with RTX, and I really find and prefer native Minecraft. RTX can look a bit pretty in places, but overall I find it harder to watch dark caves, way too dark. Yeah, absolutely. The hardcore series me and Mitz do, we play with shaders on, and those shaders are absolutely fantastic, because the great thing about them is they don't have ridiculously dark caves like most shader packs tend to do. There's a much better contrast between the light and the dark, and it's almost sort of HDR-ish in the fact that the dark areas are visible and the light areas are too, which is lovely. RTX is just not very good for that, because it tries to be too realistic. It tries to imitate real life too much, and as a result you just get ridiculously high contrast between light and dark, and it's not great. It does look pretty when it's working well and you've got a nice pack on, but it's the other thing about RTX is there's no customization of it other than how shiny the textures are or what the textures look like. There's no customization of how strong the sun is or how much bloom light is coming through or the shadows or anything like that, and it just leads to a very lackluster experience, really. And it's very, very demanding on your graphics card, whereas shaders aren't. And it shouldn't be. Shaders should be more demanding on your system than RTX, but your graphics card screams when you've got shaders on. What I've actually found when running RTX is if I turn my GPU power down to 80% or even less than that, RTX still runs fine and gives me the same frame rate, but doesn't get anywhere near as hot and doesn't scream quite so much. So it's totally broken. Oh, do those shadows work on Bedrock, or are they Java only? Says Nicholas Thompson. Shaders used to work on Bedrock, but they got rid of them in favour of adding RTX and the Render Dragon engine. And as a result, we have a worse experience now, which is nice. Nice to see the game going backwards with its development. Thank you, developers, for giving us backwards game. Oh, yes, that reminds me. What's the name of that pack? Or is it in the description of your video, says Gabrielle? What, the RTX pack I use? It's not available for download. Because it's heavily based on the original vanilla RTX and I don't have permission from the author. I've not asked for permission, but I don't have the permission to share that or distribute it. I would be very annoyed if someone was taking my packs and redistributing them or working on them and sharing them. So I wouldn't do that to them. Oh, sad face. The loss of shaders, says Nicholas Thompson. Indeed, yes. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Have I just blocked up a beacon? Because I've got no... Is it just because I'm too far away? I used to be able to get beacon power over here. Or is it just because we come down so much further and it's wider up now? Yeah, probably. If I load 16 mobs with your chunk loader add-on, I can make a universal mob switch with that, says PlayMe. That's not quite how mob switches work. Mobs will have a global mob cap, but their density cap is based on the area that mob is. So basically, if you've got 16 mobs in a chunk, then technically you won't get any mobs loading in sort of chunks nearby that chunk. I think it's like 4 chunks in either direction or something like that. But then outside of that, there will be chunks. There will be more mobs, even if you keep that chunk loaded. Scotland says, I'm doing well.
NSK16 is a loser.
NSK16 is a loser. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, NSK16. Getting a lot of losers today. There's a lot of losers in today's chat. See, it's funny because I don't mean you're a loser like a nasty word. I mean you're a side loser. So it's funny. I don't want to be called a loser. You shouldn't have played the game, should you? How is split? Is that how split chunk mob farms work? Says Nicholas. I've no idea. Never done a split chunk mob farm, but probably. Yeah, if you can load up effectively 2 areas where the density cap is split between them, or you've got one in one density cap and one in the other, then effectively you'll get twice as many mobs. Yeah. Need more torches. Oh, I did start a new row of torches over there. I just didn't finish it. But losing is winning, says Gabrielle. It is. You still win a sign on the wall of losers. What's gone on with these torches here? How have I done this? I've got none here. This line just stopped abruptly for no particular reason. It must have been while I toddled off to go and do sign game or something. Let's go break these ones to spread them about a bit more because I've run out. Oh, NSK, then you got 99%. You got from 0 to 99%. I mean, that's quite impressive. But you're still a loser. There we go. Spreading out the torches, covering all the area. That's good news. Right, let's go make a new sign and empty all my pockets a bit. Now, watch out for the wall. Oh, this is that song that reminds me of, I think it's a Cranberries song. This bit doesn't, but the other bit that was just playing does. Showing my age there. Many coal. I'm going to take some coal and make some more torches while we're at it. I'm shocked you're not going 30-ish blocks apart after the lighting changes. Says, well, the thing is, as I've said to people many times before, if you are that obsessed with being efficient, if you need to be so efficient that you're placing your torches the perfect distance apart, you're wasting so much time. So if you're not being efficient, you're just wasting your time and effectively making a tedious task even more tedious. So, It's all good. We don't need to be 100% efficient in every aspect of gameplay, because by doing that, you're just becoming incredibly inefficient overall. Who was it that made? Oh, it was it NSK16? Is that what it was? I think that was the name. Yeah, NSK16. There you go, NSK16. You are now a loser officially. What are you doing? Says Hakim. I'm just being rude to everybody. Apparently. What are you doing? I'm digging out a big hole whilst being rude to people, but in a fun way. In the way that they actually enjoy. People like me calling them a loser because they get a sign. My green tea has gone cold. It's not tasty when it's hot. It's even less tasty when it's cold. It's not pleasant. But it is surprisingly good for you. Ugh, cold green tea. Not my favourite. Can you speak any language than English, says Tanzil? No. Believe it or not, I have a massive mental block on languages, which is an awful thing, really. But when I was at primary school, we started learning French from the age of 7. And I continued to do that up until secondary school. And then for whatever reason in secondary school, my first year, they decided that the primary language you were going to learn were going to be German. And in my first year of secondary school, which is effectively high school for those of you that live not in the UK, I learned and still remember now more German in 1 year than I ever did doing French. And then after that year, because I hated German so much because it was so complicated, I went back to French thinking it would be easier because I'd already done 3 years of French. And it turned out that even after another 4 years of learning French, I know nothing. I can just about tell you where I live. But I'm not going to do that. Can I have some paste, please? So yeah, no, I am awful at languages. Oh great, Elliot. Thank you for liking the video. Have you thought about drinking normal tea and just added a bit of green food colouring, says Rolf? Well, it's not actually green. If you look at it, it's like a vivid pink. You probably can't quite see. I don't want to spill it out of the cup, but it's like a raspberry flavoured one. You should take the French lessons from Mr. Onion, says the Timmy C. I could do. Study's helping after we finish it. Finest. What? What do you want from Java to Bedrock the most? I want offhand the most. Looks green to me, says Rolf. Well, it will do to you, Rolf, because you're colourblind. I don't mean that in a nasty way, but it just did occur to me, just as I was holding it up, that I was probably quite not the right thing to do to you, because you probably wouldn't be able to tell, bless you. There we go. That's it. The green tea companies need to think about what they're doing, because it's not fair for Rolf. He thought he was getting a raspberry flavour. It ended up being cucumber, and it just wasn't nice. Are you from Switzerland, Foxy? Seems like my colour sister. No, I'm from the UK. Why no one here knows French, as a real official cows? I'll teach you French, mate. Avez-vous cuppa? I know what that means. It means, have you got a cuppa? No, it doesn't. I think it means, does it mean, would you like a cuppa? Gotta go to work, says NSK. Oh, that sucks. Well, have a good day at work. You were right the first time. Was I really? Have you got a cuppa? Avez-vous cuppa? Well, that's almost the same. Green tea is now pink tea. Interesting, says Real Official Cast. Oh, Roth, 99%. 99. So close. I don't like this not having haste. I'm going to put that out there, that not having haste is not good fun. I need another beacon over here, but we've only got another 3 levels to go down after this one, so it seems a bit pointless dragging another beacon over here just to do this last bit. This area is massive though. Look how big it is. It's ridiculous. Tree Wulan Citra says, "Hi, Indonesia." Excellent. Which language do you think is easy to learn?
SK02_N0TH1ing has 100% chance of getting a sign.
Scott nothing got a sign. Well, having not learnt any other languages than my own, I wouldn't be able to really answer that question because clearly I don't know. I mean, what I would say is, like I say, after doing a year's worth of German and what, 8-9 years worth of French, I still know more German than I know French. So I would suggest that German's perhaps a little easier than French. But that's pretty much as far as I could tell you. I'll put you a sign on the wall in a minute, Scott. Nothing. Here we go. Just that little bit there. How many blocks back does it go? Oh man, it goes for miles. It goes for miles. I'll go do Scott's sign now, and then I'll come back for that. I'm German living in Indonesia, says Daniel Schroeder. Really? Amazing. The people from everywhere here. Have some cobblestone. There you go. Oh, a bit of normal stone there. Bit of grass. Bit of coal and iron. And now we need another sign. Do you know how to make 3D models inside Minecraft Bedrock as we're trying to make 3D model Disney ride vehicles? Yes, I do. Download a program called Blockbench. Blockbench is what? Well, pretty much. I think even, they even said it in Minecraft Live last year that the developers even use Blockbench to design entities and work on entities and animations and stuff. So yeah, use Blockbench. It's brilliant. It's very easy to use as well. Right, Scott Nothing. I think a good place for a Scott Nothing is my moss farm. We've only got one name on them. In fact, we haven't got anyone on the woodcutter area, so we'll put it on there. Which version do you like, Java and Bedrock, says Tanzil? They've both got their advantages and disadvantages. So, I mean, I play Bedrock mostly, but having been playing Java Edition again recently,
Waylanders Wandering is a loser.
Oh, we got a loser as well. Oh, hang on, I didn't mean to click off that. I just wanted to copy Scott Nothing's sign, his name. It's hiding now. There we go. Scott Nothing. I want to copy paste it because you've got numbers in your name. It's very complicated. Scott Nothing. And then, who is it? Who's the loser? Waylanders Wandering. Oh dear. Oh dear, Waylanders Wandering. The chat's moving. I can't copy paste it here. So many losers today. We're running out of space on the wall. How come mob heads are without textures with your add-on on my server? Is it an add-ons server by any chance, Daniel? As if it is, that's probably why. They're absolutely useless when it comes to add-ons and resource packs. I don't know how they managed to make such of a mess of it, but they do. No, I don't want that bit at the beginning. What have I done wrong there? There we go. Otherwise, it sounds very much like your resource pack isn't listed properly. So have a look at your, make sure you're, known resource packs, or what is it? I can't remember the name of the file now, but the one in your world folder that links to the resource packs is actually linking to the resource pack as well as the other one. Private Ubuntu books with vanilla running in my bathroom. Well, it sounds very much then like you would link the add-on but not the resource pack that comes with it. So you need to link both. You can't just put them in the resource packs and behavior pack folders. You've actually got to select them with the world settings. Not with the world settings, with the world folder. So inside the world folder, you've got basically two files. One determines your behavior packs, and one determines the resource packs. You need to link them both. Outside you can't even select a world that already has packs set up. It just breaks, says Gabrielle. Yeah, I get the majority of Twitter DMs, Discord DMs, emails I get are from frustrated people running at add-ons, or however you say it, servers, telling me that my add-ons don't work. And it is frustrating, but it's not my add-ons, it's the servers. There's been a surprising number of reports that people using them on Realms aren't working as well at the moment, so I think Realms have got another issue at the moment, which is not ideal. Because, apparently, according to one of my favourite developers, they actually use my add-ons in-house at Mojang to test Realms. Not all of them, but some of them. Which was a very nice thing to hear. An issue on Realms? No way, says Nicholas. I know, right? It's my fault, apparently, because it's my fault because they're using my add-ons to test them. I'm sorry. Microsoft's partner with add-ons, says Rotated Elfface. Yeah, basically. Hashtag blame Foxy. Why Realms not working, bro? Well, technically it's not my fault, but also technically it is. A skeleton and a zombie somewhere. I'm feeling I'm going to get attacked when I break the other side of this wall. I was enjoying that. We had a nice row of questions there, all in a row, and now they've all stopped and I've suddenly become completely unable to speak. Come on, more questions. I like it. I like it when you ask questions. It makes me feel either mildly intelligent or mildly stupid, depending on the question. And I quite like those feelings. No one wants to ask a question. Everyone just wants a sign. Well, rude. I can hear you, skeleton. Now, they could be on the outside of the hill, I guess. Ooh, there's a block there. Hey, Foxy, can I ask you what you use for the sign command? I use a program called StreamerBot, which has only just recently had very basic YouTube integration with it. What I like about StreamerBot is that it allows you to, without having to worry about things like Stream Elements or Streamlabs to control your chat commands and things like that, you can do it all from an app running on your computer, which means that you've got... I mean, it's massively flexible what it can do. You can do all sorts of C++ programming with it and do all sorts of crazy things based on chat commands, switch points and redemptions and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it allows me to be able to just be a lot more flexible with how I integrate it. So I basically wrote a little script inside of that when you run that sign command, it does a bit of random maths, works out a percentage, writes a message to the chat with that percentage and your name, and then if you get 100%, it runs another script that then pops a little sign up on screen and does some sound effects, and if you get 0%, it does the same thing again but with different sound effects. The mob heads become permanent when placed on my daughter's realm. I assume I've not added something correctly. You have to crouch and click them to get rid of them. They're not like Java Edition ones. They're not actually blocks. They're entities. So you can get rid of them. You just need to crouch and click. All of the instructions are in the README file and on the website. But yeah, that's quite a common complaint I get. I can't break these mob heads. Unfortunately, there's no way of making it so that you could smash them with a pickaxe. I suppose what I could do is I could tell the game, if you're holding a pickaxe, then you go to interact with it than to break it, but you would be using the opposite button to, you would use the place block button rather than the break block button, which would be a bit counterintuitive because there's no way of detecting you using an item on an entity in that way. Is that loud thunderstorm going on out there? Says Robuster. Yeah, it's all outside. Not outside my house, it's outside here. It was absolutely, we had a big old storm yesterday. It didn't last very long. It wasn't a thunderstorm, but it was like a monsoon for about 10 minutes. It was ridiculous. You could hardly see out the windows. It was that raining. Everything just was a river outside for about, literally it lasted about 10 minutes, and then it was pretty much dry about 30 minutes after that, which was weird. Instead of a question, I thank you for recommending NoCraft. I signed up a few months ago and they've been great. Well, I hope you used my link so that I get all of that, you know, tasty commission. I don't know. I don't think I've ever earned commission from NoCraft. For some reason, I still earn commission from Bisect Hosting, so I don't know who's using that, where they're finding the link. But yeah, NoCraft, brilliant. They are brilliant. They need to do a lot of work on Bedrock servers in terms of the backup systems and stuff like that. But otherwise, their technical support's great. The servers are really reliable. They're fast. We never have any like major lag. So it's, yeah, very good company. Who was the best design for Item Sorcerer in your opinion? Says Harvan. I don't know, because I don't know everybody that's got an Item Sorcerer design. I don't really watch YouTube videos and tutorials from other YouTubers because I like to design my own stuff. So I couldn't tell you literally one person that has an item sorter that I've seen. Now I'm pretty sure Silent Whisper probably has got an item sorter design. I'm sure there'll be loads of YouTubers that have, but I wouldn't know how they worked or what they were like. So unfortunately, I can't answer your question. Sorry. My bad, mate. Okay, no, not coal. That's grass, isn't it? There we go. Excellent. It's all coming together. Right, now we've done that side, we can do this side. Again. And go even further in that direction. I can't see because there's a beacon beam in my face. Jeez. And then this is it. We've got 6 levels to go down. So we're nearly there. Only 3 more levels to go down there. We're so close, peeps. We're so close. I reckon, you know, shortly after Christmas, we should have just about got to the bottom of this where we're digging. Now, I reckon we'll be done. If I've got time to stream this weekend, I might do some because it's Truly Bedrock stream weekend. So yeah, by the end of this stream weekend, we'll be well done and dusted. Yeah. Which means I'm streaming on Saturday at 2 PM UK time and Sunday at a time. I can't remember what time. Is it 12 PM? Can't remember. UK time. Ever forget how to make a basic sorter because I completely forgot how to make the Impulse SV sorter and the one that I think you or Silent the Piston made. I didn't decide the one with the piston. I copied that. Well, a Slack actually told me about that, I think, originally, but I believe someone else had a tutorial on it, so I don't know where that's come from. But I certainly didn't design it. 3 years later, says Real Official Cows. I know, right? I know. But just think, if I didn't have this big project to do, we probably wouldn't be doing all that many streams because there's not a great deal else I need to work on at the moment that take up the sort of quantity of time that a stream does. So I'd have probably, you know, defaulted to my, I can't really be bothered to stream today, lazy attitude. As it turns out, I desperately need to get this done. We had a nice row of people talking again then, but it's all back to signs. Everybody wants a sign. It's weird, isn't it, that it's like me that's talking more than anyone else in the chat because it uses my account to type in the chat. It'd be nice if I could get it to like use an alt account, and then YouTube would count each one of the times that my response was saying what percentage of time you got to get a sign as interaction, and it would be very happy. It would be very happy with how this stream's doing. Speaking of how the stream's doing, I noticed there's 79 of you here. And as much as we've got the nice number for the number of likes, I would like some more. So if you haven't already liked this video and you're enjoying it, or even if you're not, you know, please, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out.
Les has 100% chance of getting a sign.
Les has got 100% chance of getting a sign. Les, you better like the video, otherwise you're not having one. You know, I always say that less is more. That's not funny. Yeah, it's very funny. It's hilarious. You just don't realise it. It'll dawn on you at some point how incredibly funny it was. May not be today. Whoa! May not be tomorrow. But one day. So I joined stream to hear about the hack, how to hack the algorithm. I like it, says Ricky Roy. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing, Ricky. Hacking the algorithm with all these sign commands. How you doing, Ricky? It's going down. I need to go put Les's sign on the wall.
Justin Rivera subscribed to the channel.
Woo! Subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, then make sure to subscribe as well, because that's nice. I like it when people do that. I'm never going to hit 5 million subscribers by the end of the month if you don't keep subscribing. I reckon we can make it. It seems like a reasonable goal. It's achievable. I don't think it's too much to ask either. Do you? 5 million subscribers by the end of the month? Sure, we can manage that between us all. Just keep subscribing. Enjoy the old lurk and work as usual. How close are you to finish the dig now, says Ricky. Ricky, I am... This is the bottom here, where the sorting system is. So I've got like 3 blocks to go down in that area and 6 blocks to go down in that area. So we're very, very, very nearly there. I don't think it'll take too much time at all, to be honest. Ow. Oh, to be honest with you. Epic fail. Reaching 5 million is a given at this point, says Timmy C. Yeah, by the end of the month. I think so. I think it's very achievable. Less, but quality good, says Les. Do you play other games, says Harvan? Not as much as I'd like to, but occasionally. When one comes out that I really think is up my street that I would like, then I do. But not very often. Whee! Oh no, it wasn't a loser's wall, this one, is it? This is an actual one. So where we're going to put Les. Les, you can go on the chicken farm. There you go. You're welcome. I need some more rockets. I could do sleep as well. And according to my bladder, which I do like to listen to from time to time, it's also almost time to go to the toilet. Which means, of course, that we will have a couple of minutes break in a second. What are we on? We're at, just over an hour. That is about right. I can manage an hour before needing a wee. Cool, on the chicken farm, lol, says Les. Exactly. Real official cow says talk to ? I don't understand. Because chickens are less. What? They are less big than other mobs. If you think about it. Do you think RTX is better than Java shaders or not, says Tanzil? Absolutely not. I think Java shaders are far more advanced. I think they look better. I think they're way more capable of doing things that RTX just cannot do. I think RTX, the way it works, the technology behind it is technically, I would say, more better because it's actually following the paths of light and doing path tracing and ray tracing and all that sort of stuff. But in reality, shaders just look a million times better.
Dominic Fatone super chatted £11.54. Enjoy.
Woo. Thank you very much. That's absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much. That's amazing. What a generous, generous soul you are. Shaders would be so amazing, says Daniel. We used to have them. Then they took them away. And now we've got RTX, which is so good for everybody. What an inclusive graphics engine to bring to the game in replacement of one that works really well. Right. as I said, boys and girls, it's time to go to the loo for 2 minutes. 5 minutes at the most. I do need to boil the kettle again, so it could take a little while. Fill my coffee cup up. I think I dropped my torch. Oh no, it's there. Yes, I got it. And I know I keep saying I'm going to go, but I just need to dig a little bit more and then I'll go. Many, many, many digging. But I'm not going for good. I'll be straight back and we shall carry on having these fun sign games. Don't forget you can continue to play the sign game while I am having a 5-minute break. And, you know, I might have a couple of winners to come back to, or maybe a couple of losers. Who knows? Who knows? Right. Let's go deposit these items. There's that some coal? No, it wasn't. Any more room in that one? There is. And there's more room in that one. Okay. Very good. Right. I'm going to stand in my little AFK hole so I can continue running the machine. And I'll be back in a second. Bye for a moment.
H4RV3N is a loser.
I'm back. Ooh, drop off in viewers after a break. Always the way. People can't stand it. Derusa says, oof, that's harsh. What was harsh, Derusa? That sucks, says Scott Haven. What sucks? What have I missed?
The Sith Panda has 100% chance of getting a sign.
I see, we got a loser. And now we got a winner. Told you that'd happen while I was having a break. Right then, I guess we better go put Haven on the loser's wall. And Sith Panda on the winner's wall. We've done it. We've had a lot of losers today. A lot of losers. Okay, the wall continues. Now I need to copy paste the name. Pretty sure it was Harvard. Am I right about that? Because I didn't see it. I'm assuming. Yes, it was. Okay, good. And now we've got Sith Panda, who we're going to put. Where's Sith Panda? Sith Panda. I can almost say that. Where are you going to go, Sith Panda? We're going to put you... You can go on the moss farm. There we go. Excellent. Many, many more winners and many, many more losers. Oh, we're getting so many signs. My base is just going to be decorated with signs at this point, isn't it? Whoa. YouTube algorithm doesn't look favouring on peeing, says Real Official Cats. Apparently not. Apparently you are not allowed to have, an extended 5-minute break to, rest your... The thing is, right, it's a good thing to have a break every hour for, obviously, your eyes, your back, your neck, while you're, sat here at the front of the computer streaming. Going to the toilet when your body tells you to go to the toilet is a good thing. But YouTube are like, you're not allowed to stop. No breaks. No breaks, mate. Which is just rude. Oh, it's nice to have haste again in this area. Oh, although it's just about to run out. It was nice to have haste again in this area. It'll come back in a second. The losers can't participate, says Haven. What do you mean they can't participate? What do you mean? Everybody can participate. Sounds like YouTube is a great employer, says Ricky Roy. And well, they're doing something right, aren't they? YouTube expects robot streamers only. Quite. I like this song. I don't know why. Hands up in the chat if you like this song. Can you even hear it very loud? I'll turn it up a bit. I like this one. That's enough enjoying myself with music. Aeon must die. There is a cooldown for this command. Please wait and try again. It's only 10 seconds. I'm sure you can wait 10 seconds. It's all about the money, says Timmy Z. It's all about them YouTube monies. Definitely not, says Lawful Meteor. What? You don't like the song? You don't like the song? Wow, rude. It's my favourite one. A comment made me realise YouTube is our boss. We aren't our own bosses as we think. Absolutely, no. If you're a YouTuber, then Yeah, they are your employer. They're paying your wages. Just, it's one of those dodgy 0 hours self-employed schemes, which have technically been banned from the UK, so I don't know how YouTube get away with it. That woke me up, says Mitch. Would you sleep, Mitch? Sorry. Don't worry, Mitch. It's gone now. It's back! I want this in my videos, but how can you talk over this? Skrillex says, oh, some of us trying to work it. I'm sorry, but I like that one. So it makes me happy. It's one of those songs that just cheer you up. The person singing it's clearly in the best mood in the world. Oh, and we're the minions as Real Official Cast, exactly. You're all my, like... You're the customers. You're the customers, and you know the customer's always right. That means I'm not allowed to argue with you when you ask me ridiculous things. Geez, you're going to wake up my neighbours, says Lawful Media. Was it that loud? Sorry, my bad. Outro when, says I Must Die. When I'm finished. We got another hour at least to go yet. My schedule quite clearly says I stream until 12:30. I don't know how long Nelly can hold on for. She's not been for a walk yet this morning. And she's refusing to go out in the garden because it's slightly wet. She'll go for a walk. Like, she'll jump in the lake, she'll jump in a river. She doesn't care how long or wet the grass is. She'll go running about in it. I tell her to go out in the garden when it's slightly damp. She's like, I'm not going out there. It's wet. I'll get cold feet. The FoxyNoTail Spotify playlist when? Is that only loud for me because I've got earpods in, says Mitz. Oh, there you go. Are you British? Says I must. I am British. I think you'll find I'm British. British. Not all people from the UK don't pronounce their T's. Thank you very much. And I would argue that at least we say our T's or just completely exclude them, whereas a lot of countries, like the USA, believe that the T makes a D sound, which is just totally incorrect. Or should I say totally incorrect? It's kind of different wet, don't you know, says Mitz. Must be. Get Nelly some boots is lawful. She tiptoes around the edging while the grass is wet. Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly what she did this morning. I kept telling her to go and do away and go on the grass, and she would do everything but. She'd walk on the mud, she'd walk on the path, she'd go on all of the edges where all the plants are, but she would not go on the grass. Totally incorrect. Incorrect, says Nicholas Thompson. Exactly. Yeah, the T's at the beginning of the word they get right, but it's the ones in the middle of words this seems to struggle with more than anything. She needs a pair of garden slippers. I'll get her some Crocs. Someone's ladder. Not my fault. Get her a little pair of wellies. Although she'd need two pairs, really, wouldn't she? Good evening from the Philippines, says Lazy Trader. Welcome. Hello, people from the Philippines. How are you doing? What's happening in the magical, wonderful place of the Philippines? Which part are you from? North, south, somewhere in the middle? think I'm a bit full of blocks. I think it's Silent Whisper's ladder. No, Silent Whisper had the staircase, I think. I think that's Silent. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's his ladder. Who knows? Pips Realms is good afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon, Pips Realms. My goodness. We're getting an awful lot of cobble. Yeah, in the middle, the Lazy Trader. Well, there you go. Neither up nor down. Just exactly where you intended to be. Slap bang in the middle. Oh, digging! I like British accent more than American accent, lol, says AM Must Die. You know, you do realise that British does have a T in the middle of it, right? It's not B-R-I-I, oops. B-R-I-I, oops. Not my fault. I didn't see it. B-R-I-I, oops. S-H. Question about the allay. If you give it a potion, it will pick any potion, right? Or just any liquid-filled bottle. I think it will pick up the correct potion that you give it. Pretty sure about that. I've no idea if it'll do like ones with different amounts of time, if it's that clever, or whether it will, you know, decide whether it's a splash one or a full one, but I'm pretty sure it should be the same type of potions. Silent won't be bothered with building a staircase. There's real official cows. Well, let's go and find out, shall we? Let's go to the top of the staircase, then the top of the ladder, and find out whose they are. But I'm pretty sure this is Silence. Yes, it is. It is indeed. Guess YouTube doesn't want me getting any more signs, lol, says Amir. When are you going to upgrade the netherite to a... they are all netherite. It's just I have a texture pack to make them look like not netherite, because I don't like the look of netherite. They're all netherite. They're not diamond. I love how Americans think there's British accent. The 20 people miles away have completely different one to me. I know, we've got for such a small camp... oh. Huh. Literally just walked past it a second ago. Yeah, for such a small country, we have a ridiculous range of accents. They're so wildly different from each other as well. But, as we all know, there's just one British accent, and we all just say, "I'm British." Cuppy's Lois says, no, this is both silence. Can you get an allay and a visibility potion, and will it go around invisibly collecting stuff? No. Could be a fun prank by someone. No, they don't consume the potions. I'm sure you could splash it with invisibility potion and probably make it invisible for a little while, but it would wear off again. I don't know about that, actually. I'm sure you can. You must be able to. Pretty sure you can make mobs invisible, can't you? Oh, the texture pack has trolled me, lol, says Aeon Must Die. Yeah. That was my plan. No, it wasn't really. I really like the look of diamond. I really don't like the look or shape of netherite, which is why my helmet doesn't have the stupid netherite edges on it. Because it's early. Testing that invis thing now, says Gabriel. I can't wait to hear the results. I absolutely love that pack specifically, says Gabrielle. Oh, well, good. Excellent. Right, peeps. I need more questions. Have you got anything that you would like to ask me about me or FoxyNoTail or Truly Bedrock or Minecraft or add-ons or anything, really? Personal-ish or, you know, work-related, technically. I'm open to questions, so give it your best shot. See if you can come up with a question that's good, engaging, sparks conversation, and one that no one's ever asked before. What's for lunch, says Deruza? That's a good point. I haven't even thought about lunch yet. I think I'm going to have chicken and vegetables, because I've got a load of chicken in my fridge and a load of vegetables that are all very quickly going out of date, so they need eating. Thanks, your add-ons work perfectly on our S&P, says Lazy Trader. You're welcome. I'm glad they work. Wilma Flintstone or Betty Rubble? Oh, that's tricky. I mean, Barney is a nice chap, isn't he? He's quite a nice chap. Whereas Fred's useless, you know. But let's just put it this way. Wilma is quite clearly an open-minded and considerate person that's capable of putting up with somebody that is inherently useless, lazy, and not particularly great. Whereas we don't know that about Betty, because Barney's generally pretty solid. He's pretty all right. He's nice. You could imagine he's probably quite nice in his relationship. So I'd say Wilma, I'd probably have more chance of her putting up with me on the long term. But I think if we're going on, you know, looks alone, probably Betty. How old are you? Maybe that's too personal. How old do you think I am, Devil? Have you received a vanilla cape yet? Says Yo Bro. I don't know. I don't even know how to look for capes. Where are the capes? Is someone in TB that uses phone to play in TB? Zap used to. Zap used to do all of his recording on phone. He would record his episode, then do his voiceover, and then edit it all together. But he doesn't do that anymore. He's got a computer now. Toddler old lol, says A-Winch. 30s-ish. I am 30s-ish. At the more of the top end, to be honest with you, which is quite concerning because I don't like being late 30s. I didn't mind mid 30s. Early 30s was definitely preferable, but late 30s, I gotta admit I'm struggling with the whole idea. Oh my goodness, how far does this bit go back? There's just stone everywhere. So much stone. Just over a month left of my late 30s, says Nicholas Thompson. Oh man. What? I will have to find to put what fancy phone Zap had then, says Gabrielle. I think most phones are capable of playing Minecraft these days. There's not many smartphones that I think would struggle with it all that much doing relatively simple single player or, you know, joining a server. I don't think he had anything particularly exciting. I mean, my Pixel 2, my Google Pixel 2, although it was relatively fancy when I got it, it's very old now, and that still plays Minecraft perfectly well. No problem. Not that I would ever play on mobile, of course. See you later, Rolf. Have fun yourself, my friend. I guess that's fine. I mean, I do know older people still enjoying playing games. Well, my generation, I would say, was probably the first generation to be really into gaming, that probably started off the whole gaming thing. Like, people my age and a bit older are the sort of people that you would find as game developers that have been around the block a few times, that started their youth's gaming. You go any younger than me, and whilst gaming did exist to an extent, it wasn't mainstream. It wasn't massive. There wasn't a big range of consoles or systems to play on. So therefore, there was no like big companies developing games and making games. There was obviously Nintendo were around a little bit before my time, Sega to a point, but it wasn't mainstream. It wasn't massive. So I think you'll find as time goes on, more and more people my age and older will be keeping the gaming scene going on a lot longer. And, you know, just judging by my audience, the people that are in my community, for a long time, we've had people in the 70s. I don't know if anyone's been in their 80s, maybe, but they have a lot of older people than me that have been enjoying playing Minecraft particularly, and other games as well. So yeah, I don't think you can say gaming is a young person's game anymore, if you know what I mean. Excuse the incredibly bad pun there. Why aren't they called kinda cluey phones? Says Real Official. I don't understand that. Ricky Roy says, easier playing servers from mobile than it is from console for the most part. Just playing on mobile is difficult. You can use a keyboard and mouse on most mobiles now, wireless ones. Gabrielle says, I tried a console PC. I didn't like it at all. Mr. Bauer, what? Nintendo was massive from the onset here when it released. Even my parents played Zelda and Mario on it. Well, maybe that's just my skewed perspective from the UK then. When I was younger, and I would argue most people would probably say the same thing, Nintendo was a kid's toy rather than a family gaming console. Nintendo, the original NES and the SNES were what you got your kids if you were rich enough. Oops, oh dear. For Christmas. May have just broken someone's storage system. It's not my fault. Oops, oh dear. Oh no. Oh jeez. This is why you shouldn't build storage systems in areas that people are going to be digging in later in the season. No, that way. Oops. Not my fault. Have you met a TB member IRL? No, I haven't yet. I would love to, though. I would absolutely love to. The Sega Mega Drive collection was my first intro to Sega in the whole, says Gabriel. Yeah, me too. Before that, we had a ZX Spectrum and the old Atari 2500 or whatever they're called. And my dad did used to try and write games for the Spectrum, or at least write programs for the Spectrum. He had a book that told you how to do it, and he did the odd game on there. But I think it was more of like a marvel at, wow, look at this technology, than actually enjoying gaming, sitting down playing on it. He wasn't remotely interested in the Mega Drive or anything like that. They did enjoy playing on the Wii when that came out, and they actually got their own Wii, my dad and his wife, at one point. But that's it. They don't do anything else other than that. I don't think they play games on their mobile or anything like that. And my brother, he's only 5 years older than me, and he's not interested in games at all. He did play like the Mega Drive and stuff when we were younger, but that's it. He doesn't do anything with games or anything now. You certainly shouldn't place redstone components on smooth stone. That is a no-no, says Timmy T. It is indeed. Ricky Roy says, I always forget about keyboard and mouse for a phone. At that point, you're basically better carrying a laptop. Well, yeah, if you're playing it on the move, yeah. You could carry a controller around with you, or you could get one of those. There's plenty of companies making those phone snap-on controllers, aren't there, where you literally put your phone into a controller, and it's basically like holding a Nintendo Switch. But if you're just at home, which people generally are most of the time, and I would argue that younger people from less developed countries where they don't have PCs and can't afford consoles, are much more likely to be at home playing on their mobile, playing Minecraft, than, traveling the world, going out and traveling a lot, and probably more likely to be able to afford a cheap keyboard and mouse than a console or a PC. Do you play chess, says Cosmic Osprey? I can play chess. I have played chess a lot when I was younger. I don't really enjoy it though, but I've probably only ever played people that were a lot better than me, to be fair. I wonder what the Minecraft age histogram is. On Hermitcraft, players like DocM is 45. I think TFC was about 60. I don't know what the official statistics say, but as far as I'm aware, I think it was a Minecraft dev or an ex-Minecraft dev that tweeted it out not long ago that the average age of a Minecraft player was 21. So that's a lot older than I thought it would be. But if you think about that's an average age, if you think about what that means for the majority are going to be at the younger end of the spectrum in order to bring that average, because you've got a lot less age range below 21 than you have over it. So realistically, kids are going to be playing from when they're like 6, 7, maybe 8, having their own devices rather than playing on their parents, something like that. So you've got like 12 years there versus 21 and up. If people are playing in the 60s, you've got 30 years there. So I think the whole thing is skewed younger, which makes sense. But that gives us an average of 21. Go in there. Spectrum and C64 programming. Way too many Go sub with no return issues for me, says Super Collide. Mr. Bedrock says, my mum is hooked into Candy Crush-like games. My mum plays like word games and stuff on her phone. Mega Drive didn't even start on the Master System, says Ricky Roy. Yeah, Master System was first before the Mega Drive. I was born in 1975. I started gaming on Atari Grandstand, then moved to a ZX Spectrum, says Captain Tackless. Did Silent Whisper build those? Lol, says Amostad. Maybe, possibly. Which TBA member would you like to most meet? Oh, crikey. You might as well ask who's my favourite TB member, hadn't you? Or who's the most interesting? That's a really good question. I think I would really like to meet Slack because we spent so much time together in game. That it would be nice to meet him in real life. I'd like to meet Mr. Beardstone because I think he's brilliant and quite fascinating. I'd love to meet Silent, see what he looks like. Tiz, I'd like to meet everybody, I think, really. Jesse B, JCB, yeah. Ricky Roy, of course. Ricky says, that's a very good point. Definitely provides a lot more in the way of accessibility. Well, there you go, you see. I'm 53 and started 2.5 years ago, says Chuck Phipps. I put my redstone on obsidian, says Navi. Yeah, I put mine on, generally, if it's an area like that I'm not planning on making look pretty, I normally do it on stone brick just so that it stands out from the normal stone so people know not to smash it to bits when they're digging a hole underneath it. I remember playing Super Mario Brothers and Tetris on the Game Boy, lol, says Mark Simcock. Median age would be more accurate in this case, says Deruza. Yes, it would. Silicon Retina says, killing me. Atari 2500, the Atari 2600 was a seminal gaming system. Sorry, that one, yeah. I can never remember. It was just we just called it the Atari. Fixing pickaxe time, says Elmostar, yeah. When did you start playing Minecraft and started uploading videos? I started playing Minecraft during Minecraft Java 1.0, literally the original release, and I started uploading videos. I believe it must have been like 1.2 or 1.3, maybe. If Wayne Slack gets married, will you go if invited, says Deruza. Yeah, it depends where it is, what time of year it is, and yeah, basically what's going on at home with kids and stuff like that. So if it's if it's not during like the summer holidays or something, because I just wouldn't be able to afford to go then because the flights would be too expensive. But if it's out of season and it's not, interrupting too much any massive family plans or commitments, then yeah, I would absolutely go. Personal face reveal from Silent Lol, says real official Kaz. Exactly. I want to see what it looked like. If he really is human or just a robot that's been programmed to be really good at Minecraft. More. Little bit more. Thank you. Thank you. How to make your game lag, says Mustang. Yeah, Guardian Farm's a good way of doing that. If you're using them for XP, of course. No. Sir, where are you from? Says I am Clever Mind. I am from the UK. I'm from England. Where are you from? More questions! Come on! You better than this. Sick of eating fish yet? Says Real Fish Cast. I don't eat any of the fish, I just throw it on the floor. What do you mean in real life? I haven't had a sign in a while, peeps. You've all become incredibly inefficient at getting signs. I was going to say his parents, but that works too, says. Where are you from? I'm from my parents. I'm from India, says I am Clever Mind. Oh, nice. Welcome. Wow. You should continue them Foxy Minecraft adventures, as I must die. I would love to. I would love it if I could literally just spend all day, every day, making YouTube videos. But unfortunately, if I did that, eventually, maybe, if my channel grew, I would be able to afford to do it. But realistically, if there's one thing I've learned about YouTube, and my channel in particular, it's a very slow growing machine. And as much as my subscriber numbers has gone up over the last 10 years, and my number of views per video has gone up, it is nowhere near enough to afford a living from. So, I mean, if I just did YouTube, just had YouTube, assuming that my YouTube payouts would stay something similar to what they are now, even if they increased a little bit, that's not even going to pay for a quarter of my bills, let alone, putting food on the table, clothes on the kids, or anything like that. So it's just not feasible for me at this size of channel. But yeah, I'd love to do another single player world. I'd love to do another patron world. I'd love to go back to my Java edition Foxy's Minecraft adventures and do more story mode stuff. I'd love all of that sort of stuff, but it's just not feasible. Derusa, oh no! Derusa is a loser. I'd be trying for more signs, but it seems to be ignoring my commands now, says Amir. Oh, really? Maybe there was just a bit of a queue. Have you tried again? Let me see if there's a queue. No, there's no queue. Good evening, Foxy, says CrispyH2O. Good evening, how you doing? At least it rhymes, says Derusa. It does indeed. Made me smile. The fact that you're a loser made me smile. That's better. And it's thundering and lightning again. Jeez. That must mean two things. One, it's bedtime, and two, we need to go put some signs on the wall. Did you start Trudy Bedrock, or was there a group of you? There was a small group of us, but it was all me, really. I was invited to join another SMP that was going to start by a group of people. Well, a particular person, really, who just was doing it for all the wrong reasons and basically wanted to turn it into a money-making machine. And he wanted big-named YouTubers and people with lots of subscribers to basically help fill his own pockets because he was completely incapable of doing anything off his own back or creating anything interesting. And I clashed with him very, very strongly over this. Told him it was doing it all wrong. It wasn't going to go anywhere. It would be awful. No one would like it. And he was basically, if you're just in it to rip people off, then it's not worth doing. Oh, spelled that wrong. So I said to the group of people, after that had gone on for a while, we had a Discord where we were talking about what we would do. And I just got to the point where I said, look, I really want to do an SMP with content creators. If anyone wants to come and join me, I'm going to go and start my own and do it properly. So Slack, and a couple of other people came, and we within an hour or two, it was actually my bedtime at that point, within an hour or two a Discord had been made, and within a couple of months Truly Bedrock had started. So as much as I sort of made that final statement, I would very much put it down to me and Slack and the other couple of guys that kicked it all up and got it going. If you're wondering why I'm not saying the other couple of guys' names, they're no longer Truly Bedrock members, and well, I'm just going to leave it at that. So you're to blame, Hers, as a real official cast. It's not just my fault. How did you come up with the name Truly Bedrock? I didn't. It's one of the other couple of guys' idea to call it Truly Bedrock. We did all like it though. It was better than everything else we came up with. Paul Groover, does he know you kicked him? What? Says Ricky Roy. Groover wasn't there. Groover was one of the first we invited, along with Silent and Zloy, and Groover basically said, I'll join if Zloy joins. And Zloy said that he'd join if Groover and Silent joined, and Silent said, I'll join if Zloy and Groover joined. So, something along those lines. Is there an application progress? Minimum requirements? No, there isn't. Basically, we've had members in the past that we didn't gel with as well as we do the other members. So we're incredibly cautious about who we invite and how we invite people. So basically, the way people get invited is if they are prominent parts of our communities, or if we've been around them a while, or we know them, and we basically know that they're just going to fit into our family and have the same sort of ideals and thoughts as us. And that's how we end up adding people. So there's no applications process. We don't go, oh, we need to add a load of new members, let's go and recruit some people. We think, oh, these people have been around for a while in our communities and people really enjoy them. They turn up regularly in our streams and we've seen them play stuff, and we can see that they're capable of holding down a long-term commitment on YouTube or a streaming thing that fit in well with the group. Does Pink Glitch fix yet? Says I Must Die. It's fixed in 1.19.30, I believe. Ricky Roy says, I've misunderstood that, as he said he was there at the start. He was there for episode 1. Bruno, says Real Official Cast. We don't talk about Bruno. What about Bruno? Makes sense. A random rogue person could seriously ruin the experience for other players. Yeah, and with that, I'm not going to name names or, get into putting anybody else down. But we did have a point during one of the seasons where we had a couple of players that were just making it very difficult for us to organise anything and very difficult to come up with plans. So we always have meetings and things, and we come up with ideas in the meetings, but they didn't come to the meetings. And then after the meetings, when we'd made decisions, they would decide that they didn't like the decisions that had been made and basically boycott us from being able to do the things that we wanted to do. And as a result, we just couldn't grow as a group, and it was really frustrating. It was putting people off wanting to be in the meetings or join the Discord or anything like that, or like join in the Discord. So yeah, it was that was tricky, and that really sort of made us double down on this whole, we are only going to invite people that we we truly believe are going to join in and fit in with us. So it sounds like people from chat could join, of course, with hard work and being known among the TB members. Well, effectively, yeah. If you've been around the TB members' streams and they know you and they've seen your stuff and you've got a good rapport with them, it's not impossible. I'm not going to say yes, absolutely, but yeah, I mean, that's exactly how we found like Jesse and Ricky, Jen, obviously. They were just out there being present and joining in and having a great time. How has Glass got in there? Did I do that? Oh. This one's got nothing in it. That is not ideal. Is that one broken? No, it isn't. I'm just a moron. Are you the owner of Truly Bedrock? I have a question for you. It's running on my server, and I do most of the admin when I get around to doing it, generally. I'm not quite as efficient at it as I used to be. But yeah, what question? But no, none of us own it. It's definitely a team effort. We all have an equal say in what's going on. No one just decides we're going to do this and everyone else has to fall in line. Bruno popped like 4 totems in a minute of half a heart game. He lived and said the thing. What did he say?
Still alive.
That. Good morning, folks, says Doug. He streams on both YouTube and Twitch, says Mitz. I do indeed. Why stream on YouTube and not Twitch, says Dylan. Ah, yeah, well, there you go, I do. I stream on Twitch on Tuesday and Wednesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. UK time, and some Sundays. I'm planning on doing it. Oh, no, I'm not doing it this Sunday because it's YouTube Truly Bedrock stream weekend, so I will actually be live on Twitch on Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and I stream on YouTube on Monday and Thursday mornings, 10 a.m. UK time. I'm saying UK time rather than GMT or BST because it gets a bit complicated and we're going to be switching again soon. But that's socialism, says Waylander's thing. It's not. It's just giving everybody fair opportunity. There's no isms. There's no, well, we must adhere by these rules in order to make sure that we are fitting in with these social constructs. Why are you manually sorting out your inventory when you have that gorgeous automatic sorter? Because that gorgeous automatic sorter takes absolutely forever, and I'm trying to get it to filter the stuff that's in the many chests going into it, and if I just keep piling stuff in there, I'm going to be piling it in faster than it can put in the shulker boxes, and I need the stuff in the shulker boxes, so it's saving me having to go AFK for even longer and leave, making the sorter work even harder. This is a really big hole, says Deruza. It is. It's huge. I would argue that it's the biggest hole on the server. No one else on the server has a hole as big as mine. I'm very proud of that. Technically, it's a community hole, so it's in a community build area. But I've done most of it. Tis did help. I'm more surprised Blue Jay and his bud was like that, Foxy, says Josh. I never said it was Blue Jay and his bud. I never said any names. Have you replaced the sugar boxes yet? It's got nothing. I've replaced a lot of them, but I've run out of sugar boxes now. Some might say it's the biggest hole in the world, says Mitz. Exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah, cranberry sound like again. Is that this one or the one that was just been on? Are you the only person who has access to the CB server, or can someone else like remote access sort of thing, if that makes any sense? A couple of the members have access to like do world downloads and restart it if it crashes and things like that. But I think I would give it to any of the members that needed it, but I think a lot of them prefer not having that responsibility and getting pinged in the early hours of the morning if something goes wrong. So BRB gotta cook for supper. Happy streaming day, says Crispy H2O. Well, thank you for popping in. Enjoy cooking. This one sounds like Dreams, it says Wayland's wondering. Was it the previous one that sounded like the Cranberries one? I want that one back on. I like that one. I don't even know what it's called, so I can't even find it. And there's like, how many songs? A lot of songs in this playlist. What do you want to do with the stone, says Hakim? Well, my video that will be coming out on Saturday will explain that to you in all of its glorious detail, and I'm going to be recording the rest of that episode because I recorded the half of it already. I'll be recording the rest of it after this stream. So after this stream, I'm going to have my lunch, and then I'm going to record it, which I should have done yesterday. It was actually on my schedule to do yesterday.
£14.42, a small token of appreciation.
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I genuinely really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, I've my schedule said I should have done my recording yesterday, but I had, because I'm currently working on a marketplace map. It was one of those days where you wake up because you've had lots of ideas while you're in bed rather than sleep. And I had to get those ideas done because I didn't know if they'd work or not. So I spent yesterday afternoon and morning doing that instead. So I've switched days, really. Which is very naughty of me. How dare I go against my own schedule. Hey Foxy, are we still digging away? We are embracing Cassie. Yeah, not long to go now though. We only need to go down to this level here. We're not far away at all. We are getting there, slowly but surely. I don't think it will be long before we're done. I can't get over that, Timmy C. That was very, very generous of you. Thank you so much. That's 2 incredibly generous people we've had in today's live stream. Incredibly generous, so thank you. It makes everything I'm doing just that little bit or more worthwhile. We are, I think, getting very close. No, we're not. It's all right. We've got more. I was going to say, I thought we were close to finishing our row of cobblestone there. I might have to go buy some more sugar boxes from Groover. Is the purpose of this big hole solely to get stone, or something going to happen with it? Yeah, I'm planning a big project down here. So there are 2 parts to the project. One is what originally started it was that I wanted to create an area where basically I'll set challenges for the other members. So normally at the beginning of a season, we have what's called episode 0, where we just basically we set a couple of teams, 2 or 3 teams out of the members, and we go off and do something fun, like a little challenge, and see which is the winning team. And the winning team normally gets a say of something that happens at the beginning of the series, like, for instance, where spawn's going to be, or you know, one of the seasons we let that team, the team that won, keep the items that they've got on episode 0. So I want us to make an area where I can do episode 0 challenges. So I'll say, okay, this is the challenge, get yourself together in teams, go off in your team and go, a bit like have a cave-in, I guess, something like that, but not just have a cave-in. And the other thing, because obviously I don't need all of this area to do that, is I wanted to create a shopping mall down here, which, because this season we decided to do shops at bases. Well, we did have a few shops in the Nether Hut. The shops at bases is great, but for myself and a few of the other truly Bedrock members that are inherently lazy like me, having shops at bases is really nice for the bases, and it gets people to go over to your bases, which is great, but it's quite inconvenient when you're looking to buy stuff. So having a shopping mall where people can come and have a small shop and put a load of stuff in it is just going to be a little bit more convenient for some people. So that's my plan. I just finished Groover's Sugar Shell Farm. Gorgeous, worked perfectly, says Silicon Retina. I've never tried to make one yet. It's on my to-do list of farms that I would like to have a go at building. But I want to have some time to really study the mechanics, see if I can come up with something unique, because I don't like just copying someone else's farm. I think copying someone else's farm is great for a point of view of learning, but I like to try and come up with, if I understand the mechanics, I'm more likely to come up with something unique from my knowledge of that than I am looking at someone else's farm, because as soon as you watch a tutorial how someone else is doing, that's it, you're skewed towards that way of thinking, and you're automatically going to be looking at that and thinking, well, that works, so everything I was thinking is probably not going to work, and you end up building something similar to that. So that's how I approach doing new farms, is I try and figure out the mechanics and how the mechanics work by basically lots of trial and error, and then I'll try and build something. And inevitably I'll build something and it'll work, and then I'll get everybody telling me, well, you know, why didn't you build it like so-and-so did, because theirs works. And which I point out, well, mine also works, so, you know. Me touch! No! I finished Silence Farm and it's awesome, says Grazo. Gabrielle says, I understand the basics, but apparently, actually, getting it together is hard. And yeah, I'm like you when it comes to farms. Lawful says, you've made some amazing farms over the years. I have indeed. And I don't think that's too much to go too far to say that. Do you have dog, cat, bird, rabbit, snakes? Would love to hear if you have a snake. No, I don't have a snake. I have a dog. If MCC ever opened up Bedrock players, would you do it? Yes and no. Is this MCC Rising? The purpose of the big hole solely to get... Oh, I read that one. Yes, from a perspective of getting to meet new people and getting involved in something, I would like to do it. But I find that those challenges and competitions are full of people substantially younger than me that just shout, scream and swear a lot. So if I did that, I wouldn't be able to put it out on my channel. I wouldn't feel comfortable streaming it if I was put in a group of people that were like that, and I wouldn't enjoy it because I'm not into PvP. I'm not into getting all excited and shouting and screaming. I don't take competitions in games seriously because I'm there to enjoy them rather than to actually win. So,
The Sith Panda is a loser.
Oh no, Sith Panda, you've gone from winner to loser. So I don't think I would be a particularly popular teammate, and it wouldn't be, particularly great for my channel because I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. I might stream it over on Twitch with a very heavy disclaimer that, I'm going to be surrounded by people that say things that are inappropriate. But I know from having seen and heard about people that I know that have played other things like that, it's not only the bad language to deal with, but a lot of these streamers seem to have some very interesting ideas that they're happy to project during their streams, which are controversial to say the least, damaging, hateful, disrespectful, the sort of stuff that you just don't want associating with. And generally speaking, in those competitions, you end up with a team that you haven't picked. You end up lumped together with people you don't know, and you've got no idea what their political or agendas are. And if you're in their team and they're saying that sort of stuff during your stream, then you're going to be lumped into people believing that's your agenda as well, which is obviously in those situations not going to be the case. So I'd be very nervous about doing it. You should have quit while ahead, says Deruza. Yeah. Today, not sure if anyone has asked, but are you okay? I am okay, Zachary Quack. Are you? Extremely inappropriate languages in those streams, says Lawful Meteor. Yeah. Yeah. Inappropriate language and quite often commentary as well. And whilst I like to have a bit of fun and be a bit cheeky, I don't think I would ever say that I've dropped to the point of being inappropriate, because even when I've said stupid stuff, it's generally been tongue-in-cheek, sarcasm, or done in an amusing fashion. More questions, please. I'm quite clearly run out of things to say. We've got about 20 minutes left of this live stream, and my brain has turned to complete and utter mush. Probably because I spent all this time just digging out this pointlessly large hole that I don't even need all of this space for. Just join us. What is this sign, says Tuzar. Basically, if you type in the sign command, it will pop up in chat with a percentage, and if you get 100%, I'll put a sign with your name on it in my world, or in this world, sorry. And if you get 0%, you end up with a sign on the loser's wall. So it's just a bit of fun that people can play to get kind of almost like a bit of a shout out. What happened to Foxy's tail, says Mark Pincock. Well, I have a video on that. Mitz has got a command for that on Twitch, but I don't think it'll work on here. I can make it work now that I know the sign game works, so that's good. So in future we'll be able to use the same command, Mitz. I'm sure you'll be glad to know. But yeah, there's a whole episode of it. I think it's episode 100 of my original FoxyNoTail's Minecraft Adventures, if I'm not mistaken. Right, let's go put... Who was it? Who was the latest loser? It was someone that just got a sign a minute ago, wasn't it? 100%er. Oh, there we go. It worked. Nightbot did it. Well done, Mitz. There's a link to the video. The wall of shame. Now, who was it? Who was it? Could anyone remember? Sith Panda. It was Sith Panda. It was me. I was the loser, says Sith Panda. Sorry to hear that, Sith. Whee. You say shame, we say awesomeness, says Waylander. Whee. Let the digging commence. How many words per minute can you type, says Gazo? I used to be a lot faster at typing than I am now. I don't really do all that much typing anymore. I did used to know my words per minute, which was pretty fast.
Caitlin Weaver has 100% chance of getting a sign.
Caitlin Weaver! Well done. Now I need to go and put another sign down. Oh, jeez. It's just been sign day today. It's crazy. Let me copy and paste it before it disappears out of the chat. There we go. Ah, it moved. Now, oh, jeez. Stop moving. Oh, jeez. I can't copy paste it. There we go. Come on. Mitz is deleting messages. Oh, no, Nightbot deleted messages. Nightbot doesn't like emojis. I like emojis. I don't know why we've got it set on not allowed emoji spam. 98% there, Mark. Well done. Where's the wall of the winners? The winners just get put randomly around my base area. So they get a special place somewhere, either on a building or a tree or somewhere in the area that I've been building. Generally on things that I'm not planning on knocking down. Quick to blame me as usual, says Mitz. No. Don't know what you mean. I don't think I've blamed you for anything ever. I just saw has been deleted and I assumed it was you. Alright, let's go and put Kate. Is it Caitlin? I've forgotten already. On the wall. On somewhere. Zeruza, poor Mitt's always getting the blame. Look. That means that I am ultra aware of the hard work and effort that Mitz puts into the streams in order to, you know, be the one that I realise is the most bestest moderator. So that should be a positive thing. There you go, Caitlin. You have a sign. It's interesting how we used to take about people typing with 2 fingers, and now on phones people just use 2 thumbs. I know, and they're faster than most people that use a keyboard. You remember in the good old days on phones though, when I was so fast at typing on like the digit keyboard where you have to press like 3-4 times to get a J or whatever, however it was. I was really fast at doing that. I'm much slower now that it's touchscreen. I make a lot more mistakes as well. Sad mod noise from the other mods, says Gabrielle. Look, no one else's fault that Mitz is just the like ultra admin. She's just on it. She's switched on. She gets the job done. And she gets there fast. When she bothers to turn up to the streams, of course, and she's not blaming it on the fact, oh, YouTube didn't give me a notification. Do you have any pets? Says Aeon. Yeah, I've got a dog. Oh, I remember playing Snakes on my Nokia 3310. Oh, 3210 version of Snake was better. 3310 was, they made it too... It wasn't the same. Original Snake on the 3210, that was loads better. It's the best version of Snake. I actually, when I bought a 3310, it was the first mobile I bought myself. And I got it on contract. And my friend had a 3210. And I swapped them with it so that I could have original Snake. Because the phones were practically identical. There was very little difference in them both. But basically, yeah, I gave away a brand new phone. I swapped it on the day that I got it for one that was like a couple of years old. because I'm smart. What's up, Foxy? Says Neurology. Save that call for your hardcore world with mates. I wish I could. Oh, that would be good. I would like a game mode in Minecraft. Maybe I should add this to today's podcast, where you can carry your inventory and your ender chest between worlds. That would be good. Seems though you get achievements between world on Bedrock. You know, that would be nice if you could do that. Nokia phones back then were game changing, says Timmy C. They were indeed. Yeah, I went from that to the Nokia N96, which I absolutely loved. It was one of those ones that had like the bottom slid out to uncover the keyboard. Oh no, I had an N95, sorry. That was the second-hand one from a friend, and then I got an N96. What's your dog's name and breed of it? She is a Labrador crossed with Retriever, and she is called Nelly. That spaceship game on the 3310 was my favourite mobile game. I don't remember that one. I swapped my phone before I could play that one. That's one great feature of Valheim. You can take your items between worlds, says Mitz. Don't you start talking to me about Valheim again. Valheim's rubbish. You know it and I know it. I love the 3210, then I got the titanium was good. I did have one of those Razer V3 clamshell ones as well at one point, and everybody seemed to love them, but they were awful. They were such bad phones. Compared to literally everything else that was out there, they were featureless, slow, broken, bug-ridden, useless phones. You could hardly even make calls on them. But everyone wanted one. I don't think I kept that one very long. I also had, early on, I had a Sony J5. That was the first phone I ever had that had a camera on it. Can anyone remember the Sony J5? Before I had my own phones, I had my dad's previous Sony Ericsson, and I had, before that, my dad's old Motorola, the big old Motorola's with the sticky outy aerial. You don't give things a fair chance, says Mitz. Mitz, we played it for hours. It was rubbish. My most comical phone I had was the Motorola flip phone with the swivel camera. Why was it comical? Would mining a 3x3 be faster than a 2x3 on each run? Yes and no. I don't know if it would be faster. It would probably be just about as quick because I'm still mining stone at the same speed. The problem with you do a 3 wide is that you don't pick up most of the items that you're going for, because I did a few runs of 3 wide off camera over there between streams, and I was just leaving so many items behind that were despawning, which is fine because I've got more stone than I could ever possibly need, but I didn't like it. Who uses phones for calling, says Y Guy. Well, exactly. Embrace it. Oh, I read that one. Normal people, says Derology. That was my first phone, the old Motorola with the pull-out aerial. Yeah, that was from Joanne McElderry. It wasn't. It was just early game. There was so much more to it, says Mitz. No, it was rubbish. If a game can't hook you within a couple of hours, then it's a bad game, in my opinion, because unless you're really into it, why would you continue to play more? If you want to make a popular game, there's no point going, oh yeah, but later on it's better, because you've already put people off by that point. If you're making a game, you should be getting people hooked into it within the first few minutes. So people are like, oh yeah, and what, there's even more to this? Name a good game that doesn't do that. Name a good game that makes you spend hours to get to the good bits. You won't be able to, because there'll be very, very few of them. I had a Nokia. Oh, it's gone. Derology has retracted the message. I was reading that one. I know a lot of people like Valheim, and a lot of people do enjoy that first bit, but I don't know, it was just, I didn't enjoy it. Well, I was hooked from the start, says Mitz. I know, I realise you were. We don't all have to enjoy the same things. It's all good. Hello, Enderman. What's a game where you can just sink... What is a game where you can just sink too much time into it? Ark Survival Evolved, Minecraft, GTA, pretty much any crafting and survival game, base building games. Not Age of Empires. Age of Empires you can, but no. Total War games. The Total War games just consume hours and hours and hours of your life. My 13-year-old has found my old Nokia 6260, and she thinks it's fascinating that flips and the screen twists round. Oh wow. Command and Conquer. Well, you can Command and Conquer. You can complete in a few hours. Doesn't take long to. You can't sink days and days into it. You can complete it in a couple of days. Civilization is another. Yeah, but Civ 6, I completed that within a couple of days. I don't think the game lasts long enough on Civilization. I think it's all over way too quickly. I like games where I can literally take over the entire map. Where the Civilization, it's like, oh, well, you complete it. If you do this, you complete it. If you do this, you complete it. If you do this... No, I know. I want to complete it when I've obliterated literally everyone else. Not when I've built the most wonders or anything like that. I don't want it to be based on my achievements. I want it to be built on total world domination. Subnautica says Fuzzy Bear. I've never played that. I did buy it, but I never played it. It looked interesting, but then I realised how much I hated swimming in Minecraft and thought I don't really want another game that I just spend the entire game swimming. I just picked up City Skylines, and man, that can suck times as Jerusa. I've not played that either. I've heard a lot of people saying about that, and I reckon that's probably one of those games that I'd like, because I do like Civ Total War, it says just one more turn, then many moons later. Exactly. How many times I did that when I was like at college, and I'm like, oh, I need to go to bed. It's already nearly 1 in the morning, and the next time you look at the clock, it's almost 4 in the morning. You're like, oh, oops. The Elder Scrolls games. I've only played Elden Ring. I did download and try and play Bloodborne. It was awful. I absolutely hated it. I was told that was the most similar to Elden Ring, and it's not. It's just incredible. I don't know why it's popular, because it's an awful game. It's not an enjoyable game at all. There's no reward to it. It's just misery. Must play Skyrim, says Fuzzy Bear. No, it's too old, Skyrim. It's like everyone always used to tell me, oh, you need to play Witcher 3, and I downloaded that and put like 3 hours into that, and it was just yet another. It was another Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider-y. Here's a big map full of things, and go and do quests, and I was kind of a bit fed up with that type of game, really. And I know you could say something similar about Elden Ring, but Elden Ring just had something all of those games don't, and it didn't tell you where to go, it didn't tell you what to do, it didn't give you quest lines, you just had to go off and do things, and there was always interesting and stuff to discover. Whereas The Witcher 3 was just NPC after NPC after NPC of pointless, mindless, go and fetch me this, go and do that, and I don't know, I'm fed up of that. I don't want that sort of game anymore. The Elder Scrolls games, says Jeremy. I think that would probably be a similar thing. If you do start City Skylines, I highly recommend getting some mods and assets to improve the gameplay. I wouldn't ever recommend to somebody who's never played the vanilla version to start with the modded experience, because you're never going to understand what benefit the mods are giving you. You should always play the vanilla version of the game first. Learn its what's great about it and what its pitfalls are, understand the balance of the game, and then if you want to go down the modded route, do that, so that you can understand what the advantages of those mods are. And I'm very much one for playing vanilla as much as possible when it comes to other games. I've modded Minecraft plenty of times, but I don't like modding other games. I like to enjoy them the way they're intended to be played. Although, like older games like Age of Empires 2, I'm quite happy to stick like mods on there that make the game look better or make the AI actually work properly. But I wouldn't put mods on there to give new units or new things, because I think mods generally just imbalance games and don't make for a fair playing experience. I mean, the amount of time developers put into their games to try and make games balanced and work properly, and then someone goes and slaps a mod on it that totally imbalances all that, and it makes the game, generally speaking, and on the whole, a less enjoyable experience. You might find that you have a really, really good fun couple of hours or a few hours, but then you'll get bored of it much quicker because the game's not balanced correctly, and that's just how games work. It's true, I'm mostly suggesting as there's some quality of life mods that help understanding the game. Yeah, fair enough, but I would always suggest play vanilla first, and if you're struggling, if you need that, then look down the modded route. But and also, in my experience, one person might like one mod and think it's absolutely fantastic and everything they need, but doesn't necessarily be reflected by everyone else. And we can see in Minecraft that's the case, because there's so many things that some people rely on and find essential, and other people just think, well, I don't need that. I think that's either too cheaty, or it doesn't help me, or it doesn't really achieve what I'm looking for out of the game. What is this sign? Says Derology. You just find out. Keep typing in the command, and if you get 100% or 0%, you'll find out. One day I will get into the wall of shame, says I Must Die. What's wrong with swimming, says Derology? In Minecraft? Oh, it's like the worst experience in the world, especially if you're trying to do any sort of mining or work underwater. It's awful. Constantly changing what Y value you're at, because the game will suddenly decide you're in swim mode, or it will suddenly decide you're standing. Like on Java Edition, I've been playing that with mates, and when I go underwater, I just end up in swim mode for no reason, and I get stuck to the bottom. I can't get back up again, and I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm going to drown. And you're spamming spacebar and shift and all the buttons to try and get yourself out of swim mode, or at least to go up, and it's awful. And Bedrock's worse. Have you ever played The Forest? Says T-Ron. No, I haven't. I've never heard of it. If it's not a AAA title, chances are I've not played it. If it's an indie game, chances are, very, very strong chance I will have never have played it, or probably not even heard of it. Did you try any other game genres like Life is Strange? I story-based games where it's all just listening to people and no, I don't enjoy them at all. I like a story if you're in control of the character and you haven't just got cutscene after cutscene after cutscene. I don't want to read in games. I don't like Animal Crossing was the worst experience for me ever, because all I had to do, you just spend your entire life smashing the hurry up and shut up talking button, because they just repeat the same thing over and over and over again. So games where I like the GTA games. I think they deal with that really well. You do get some cutscenes and you do get some dialogue, but generally speaking, you've got freedom in those games. But games like Life is Strange, from what I've seen, it's all about the conversation. It's all about the characters, and I'm not remotely interested in games like that. I find it annoying. I don't want a computer game character. I don't want to learn their life story or understand them or try and meet them on an emotional level. Any plans to try Disney Dreamlight Valley? I've never heard of it, Amir. So probably not. Tell me about it. What is it? If it's Disney, probably not, to be honest with you. I don't think Disney have ever made a good game. The original Mickey Mouse Fantasia... Oh no, Mickey Mouse's Castle of Illusion, although ridiculously difficult on the Mega Drive, that was quite entertaining. But it was one of the few games we had, so I didn't really have much choice. What about Ratchet & Clank series? I don't have a PlayStation 5. I can't get a PlayStation 5 because they're permanently out of stock, and I can't afford a PlayStation 5 because they've just put the price up, and I couldn't afford it before that. So, and also I don't know. I've never played Ratchet & Clank before, and everything I've seen of those, the trailers and stuff like that, it doesn't look remotely interesting to me. So, I'm very picky when it comes to things that I'll waste my time on. How to join Truly Bedrock? We've been through that about an hour ago. You should have been listening. My goodness me. What is the most you've ever spent on a game you didn't enjoy? I don't think I've ever spent more than £50 on a game. But I've got a massive long list of games I've never even played. Massive long list of games I didn't enjoy. So, I don't know. Probably £50. Oh, it'll be one for the Nintendo Switch. What game did I buy for that? It was just total junk. Can't remember. Buying anything from the digital stores is just total rip-off. They should bring back game demos so you can actually figure out if you like something before you waste that much money on it. Considering how expensive games are now, they should definitely have more game demos, like the good old days. But they couldn't keep your money. But then they couldn't keep your money. Says, well, exactly. They won't get rich off selling rubbish games and paying people to review them better than they are. You know, we might actually have a working system that was fair for the consumer then. Heaven forbid. Wow, game demos. Reminds me of PlayStation magazines with the demo disc. Exactly. Bring that back. I think, I'm pretty sure it was either Microsoft or PlayStation or Sony. One of them said recently that they were trying to bring back game demos for the majority of their titles. So I'm pretty sure someone else is thinking of that. I can't remember who it was. It's more likely to be Microsoft, I think, because Sony don't care remotely about the players. Oh, that's interesting, says Durology. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it was maybe games that were going on to Game Pass or something. I can't remember, but I'm sure I heard on the computer game podcast that I listened to, they were talking about one of the companies having, like, making it a requirement if you're going to release a game on their platform to have a demo, which I think is absolutely essential in this day and age. Right, Pete's, we're technically over time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this row off, and then I'm going to do the off. Makes sense to encourage a Game Pass subscriber boost. It does. It does indeed. But it doesn't really make sense from Game Pass point of view, because you'd have to have game... Unless the demos were free without Game Pass, maybe. But I was going to say, if you've already paid for the subscription for Game Pass, then the demos are kind of pointless. Whereas for Sony, it would make a lot more sense because they're relying on game sales. They don't have a subscription service. Oh, yes, they do. No, they don't. They've got a subscription service, but it's not very good. It's not worth having. Don't buy it. If they made... For Sony, it would make a lot of sense. It would make an absolute ton of sense. But I'm not sure it was Sony. And I don't think Sony have the foresight to think about things like that. I think they just think, well, let's make everything more expensive because we're Sony and we can. A little bit like Apple, really. If we make it more expensive, people will think it's, you know, more valuable. So they'll be more likely to buy it. Okay, then. And they did, says Devil. Indeed they did. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Sony create their exclusives, their first party stuff is generally incredible. It's brilliant. I mean, the whole reason I bought a PS4 was to play Spider-Man on. But they just fail in absolutely every other category. And there's less and less exclusives on PlayStation now because, well, Game Pass and Xbox is just doing so well in this subscription system that they've got, where you pay like £9 a month and get all of the games in the world for free, and all of the studios they're buying out, so all of those games are free. It's crazy. Bye, Foxy. Have a good day, says Maxim Scott. See you later. Thank you for coming. Well, if Matt's gone, that can only mean one thing, peeps. It's time to do the off. Pick up all these bits. Just going to say, don't forget to like the stream, sister. Yeah, if you're... Oh, my goodness. If you're here and you haven't already liked the stream yet, what are you doing? Hit that like button. Help me out. Let's make sure that people that might want to watch the VOD think it's a good stream. Because it was. It was incredibly entertaining watching me dig for nearly 3 hours. And I know you don't think that, but I think it was. And that's what matters. I'll get one of these signs at some point that says Embracing Cassie. Yeah, well, it works now, so we can do them every single YouTube stream. Take care, folks. Have a good podcast session tonight from Squirrelicious. Thank you very much. I will do my best. And hopefully, it will be the best podcast in the world. Come on. I just need a little bit of space to put a bit more stone in. There we go. Right, before we go, for those of you that have clung on, you're going to stick with me. I'm going to very, very quickly check these chests, see if we've got any more empty ones. No. Ah, jeez. One moment, please. Really? I don't want to just splat into it. There we go. There we go. That was better. Yes, that one's empty. 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 Wow, we have done a lot of filtering in this stream. That one's not empty. Okay. Jeez. That's a lot of chests worth have gone through in this stream alone. Fantastic. Right, where'd that hopper go? I want to pick it up. I think I just did. I can't wait to smash this thing down completely and get all of my items back. Normally when you build a storage system, you build a storage system and it's permanent, isn't it? This one's temporary. So think of all of the hoppers and chests I'm going to get back from this thing. It's yeah. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I'll be rich. Right, peeps, now it is time to go. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all of those good things. And I will see you all in the next one on Saturday at 2 p.m. British time. Be there. Or, watch it on the VOD a few days later. Goodbye.